You have been found guilty. Finish him. Curse your family! Hey, what's up, y'all? We're back with another action figure review. We got a double review for you guys today. We have the Xesray Studios Combatants Fight for Glory. Here we have Berenice, the Macedonian Spear, and then we have Tadala, the Vespit. In Xesray Studios, I think they did an awesome job with these guys. I want to get up close to take a closer look, but right now I just want to marvel at how the silhouette, the shape, how they did the sculpt work for these female bodies. I personally think that these are probably the best 6-inch female bodies, like, you know, hands down, as far as curvature and like realism goes. So we're gonna start with Berenice first, which is this one. Let's take a closer look. But also I do want to mention that there are actually 3 of them, I think, comes with series 2, which I think this is. And I don't know, I didn't want that one. The way she looked didn't really appeal to me that much, you know, so I just buy what I like. I'm not really a completist. Hell, the only thing I really complete is like if SH Figure Arts did the Street Fighter line, but that's about it for me. You do get a little bio on the back of the box, and the picture looks good for that. That's cool. I don't know which one of these ladies is my favorite, man. They did an awesome job. Once again, like as far as the outfit, like it looks really, really cool. Like the sculpt work for this. Look at that. Got some shading. Looks like some texture for the bottom. The skirt piece got a softness to it. I love the colors too. Look at that. Like leather for the bottom. That looks really good. The armor and stuff looks really nice. Love the dry brushing for this thing, man. It looks really, really good. Her shin gauntlets, or whatever you want to call those, look really good. Look at that. Look at that little baby face. That's not a good looking baby, but it's probably like a grown man. I don't know who that is right there, but the sculpt work looks freaking awesome for it. Sandals look good. The sculpt work. Got the logo and stuff in the bottom. Her skirt piece doesn't have any splits or anything in it, so that will kind of hinder the articulation a little bit. But I do want to just take a look at the subtle sculpt work for the legs, man. I love that. Oh, we are here. You know we're gonna have to do it. Let's take a peek and see how the sculpt work is for the junk in the trunk, which is done pretty good. They did a really good job for that. This doesn't come off if you're curious about that, but the rest of her armor I think does. I'm not too sure about like the gauntlets and stuff like that, or for the calves or anything, but this whole outfit comes off So there's a huge wardrobe malfunction that we're going to get to when we get to the articulation, but we're going to take a quick look at what she looks like in her face. Look at that face, man. Marvelous. I love the paint apps, the subtle paint apps, the coloration on the lips, the eyes. It's a little soft. Could be a little bit softer, but there's a way to alter her. You get kind of like 2 different looks for her if you pop that part off. But you also need to do to put on her mask, her helmet. An okay look. I like the way it looks too without that second piece going on. All right, next up we have Tadala, who also has a little bio on the back of her box. It says in the back of the box that she's Numidian, which I guess in their world would be like Nubian. And she looks really cool in the face. My Nubian sister. Yeah, they did a good job with her face as well. Like the features on her face, like it definitely captures, I think, the her ethnicity. I really like that. Her hair looks really cool. Style, got a little twist and stuff going on for it. Little beads in the back. This is a separate piece that pops off as well for her helmet. And that looks cool too. Look at that. It's even got dry brushing and shading going on for the back too. That looks lovely. It's actually a little more brown in person, but hell, it looks like got a little gold in it too. She looks good without the hair pieces as well, so you can kind of switch up a second look for her, so I like that. So her outfit is done a little more simple as far as the styling and the sculpt work, but it looks equally as good, man. You got to be careful a little bit for this right here. These points is hella sharp, so you will cut yourself. I don't know why I always say hello when I'm doing these videos. I don't say it in real life. There's some latch parts on the side. I just got that kind of removed for articulation purposes, even though it doesn't really afford that much. But you can actually just pop these back in if yours come out. I'll do that later. You got it on the other side as well. Look at her sandals, which does have some toenails sculpted on it. Got the logo for the back. I did notice a couple issues for her back. For one, like this plastic piece right here looks like it got some type of smear or something. I don't know, like a scratch or something, but it doesn't feel like it. But I do like the sculpt work for it. And also, like when you plug in her accessory and it ports in, I don't know, it's creating a lot of dirt and like I don't know, rub or something for the back. It's like a whole nother color now. So yeah, but anyway, so while we're here, let's check out the junk in it. Oh no, how dare you leave a scratch on the booty? Oh my god. All right, so that is unfortunate right there. I can't even get that off. For the articulation's sake, I'm actually going to do Tadala, but I will real quick show you just a little bit like what's going on for the wardrobe malfunction. So if you try to, this is all one piece once again, this outfit, and there's a joint right there, and I'm going to try to move it without exposing anything. But if you move this around, you can actually lift up her torso, like bend it back a little bit and make her look up, and you will expose her her things. You know, you will expose them, and the scope work for that looks good, but that's inappropriate. They both move pretty much the same, so we only really need to do one of them. So I think there's a double ball joint for her head, though I have not removed that to see, but she's got a good side to side. I like that a lot. Of course, she got the full rotation. Be mindful of the hair. She can only look up just a little bit though, so that is unfortunate. I'll be glad when we get some females that could actually look up for a change. So yeah, she can't look up that much. She could look down a good amount though, so I like that. Her arms could come up really good amount. She's got the T-pose, so that's all right. She's got a rotation right there for the forearm, and you also have a rotation right there for the shoulder. You can bring her arms in about that much. So single joint, that could be a little bit better. Hinge, rotation, you know what I mean. You can move that all around and stuff like that. As far as the torso, though, it is a little bit limited as far as the range for that. So it looks like a lot, but it doesn't really go in that much. And then if you close this up, you might get a little bit less. So yeah, she can only go in about that much. She goes back a good amount. You do have a rotation right there. Soft pieces right there for the garments. You can get the full, and not quite the full splits, but that's okay. That'll work. You have a thigh swivel right there. When you lift her leg up, it does start to curve out a little bit, unfortunately. See, it curves out a little bit, but she can get her leg up pretty good. That's not bad. You do have double joints for the knees. I like that. It's pretty cool. There's no calf rotation, so that's a little unfortunate, and there's no actual rotation right there for that. Well, I mean, just a little bit. But as far as going in, she can only go in about that much. So let me force it a little bit. So I think that could be a little bit better. As far as going out, though, she goes out a little bit better. You can get her legs going back a little bit. I do like that. I appreciate it. And as far as the ankles, she can go down about, she goes up about that much, and then she goes down about that much. For Berenice, the Macedonian spear, we have the accessories, the shoulder armor, which looks good. It's got a little port piece in the back. I'll show you how to put that on in a second. You have the hands with the grip hands, which comes on in the package, the fist hands, some relaxed grip hands, and then some feet in case you want to get freaky. We have her two weapons. The light is a little bit harsh, but I do like the finish for the silver. That looks nice. Not too much detail really going on as far as the hilt. And then her spear, which looks good as well. Like the finish for that. It's got some gold at the hilt where the blade is. Then we have the helmet, which looks marvelous. Look at that. That looks exquisite. Nice. Almost forgot, she comes with a shield too, which is fairly large. I like it. A good little design for it. It's got two grip parts. You slide the arm right through there, and then her hands grip around this piece right here. These alternate hands are a little bit tough to swap in, so I would recommend some hot water close by. But I'm gonna show you real quick just how you put on the armor. See, you got a little hole in the back. Put that in right there. That looks good. And then for the helmet, you just pop off her little toupee piece. Grab the helmet. Fix that up a little bit. That looks awesome. That looks awesome. You be careful when you're trying to constantly switch it out. I am noticing some rub, so that is unfortunate. For Tadala's accessories, we got the arrows right here. 6 come in the pack. I'm gonna just leave them in there for now. Not a whole bunch of detail, but it looks like it's some dry brushing going on inside of the feathers. We got our little shoulder armor here, which looks good. The alternate hands, the grip hands that come in on the package, the more relaxed grip hands, the fist hands, and then you got the alternate feet, and you have a scabbard here, which is done fairly decently. Looks good. I like that. We have her bow. I'd be careful with that. Look closely, you can see it's a groove at the bottom of the arrows, and you can use that to kind of host it into the string part. Just kind of align it. Can't do it on camera, but you get the picture. As I mentioned, you want to be careful constantly putting this in and out. It's starting to get a little bit dirty down there. It's a little tricky fit though. Yeah, you kind of get the picture, but yeah, you just put it in right there on this part and it kind of rotates around, so that's pretty cool. The arrows don't groove in anywhere, so it is a loose fit in there. Pop off her hair piece, which pops right off. This one, unfortunately, is a little tighter of a fit to like wedge on and off, so be careful about that. And as far as the paint rub. So I like that. Her mask, man, it looks a little bit more menacing, I think. It also comes with a short sword. I don't know exactly what these are called. I do like the design for it. It's got a little bit of dry brushing going on. I like the finish. You could also put this in like that in the back. I'm not sure about Berenice's holster. Both of these weapons seem to be kind of a tight wedge to get in. For your size comparisons, here we have them next to 2 other Combatants Fight for Glory figures. I think they're from Series 1 or Wave 1. And they're all about the same height, looks like. I mean, I'm kind of okay with it. They all look good together, though. Next here we have them next to a Mythic Legions figure and your Marvel Legends She-Hulk figure. Next here we have them next to a Mayfag's Black Panther figure and the SH Figuarts Sakuma. And lastly, here we have them next to the Storm Collectibles Lord Raiden and your Kotobukiya Zero Model Kit. To final thoughts on the Xesray Studio Combatants Fight for Glory figures, once again, man, I think Xesray Studios, they did an awesome job with these females. These bodies, once again, they're the best looking 6-inch bodies as far as the figure goes, the curvature and all that stuff. I think a whole lot of companies really could take some cues on the way they do their females, for real, for real. And I think the accessories is really good. It comes with a fair amount. I think most of the stuff that you pretty much need. I like the fact that the armor comes off, so it's kind of modular a little bit. You can switch up the look for the figures. With Berenice, her outfit is a little more cumbersome in terms of trying to maneuver it around without exposing her goodies, you know, but I can live with it, I guess. But overall, the range is pretty good for both of these figures with the ankles and the head movement. The head movement could be just a little bit better. The ab crunch could be a little bit better. And I wish I had double joints for the elbows. But other than that, man, this figure is, both of them is actually fairly solid. Unfortunately, you will run into some paint rub issues. I have noticed that swapping out accessories and stuff like that. So that is unfortunately, man, this is definitely a good buy for me, man. I'm really happy I got these figures and I would recommend it. They're not that much on 5K Toys if you can still snatch one. And that's my video, y'all. You like the video, hit the thumbs up if you want. If not, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.